Hi, I'm Leann from Kink, and I am Scoutie's human, and I'm here with Victoria Stillwell from It's Me or the Dog, and we are going to talk about dog training and dog issues, or human issues, probably more likely.
She's like, I've had enough.
Yeah.
And I don't want to do this anymore. Come here. Here. Hi. Come on.
So, a couple things. Scoutie is, especially at home, she likes to bark when people ring the doorbell. She kind of goes ballistic.
You do?
Yeah.
You don't look like a dog that could go ballistic. Is she excited to see them, or is she a bit wary of people when they come in?
Well, when the doorbell first rings, it sounds like she's, you know, protecting us. Like it's really, you know, frantic kind of barking. And then once we open the door and the person walks in, she's all happy and wagging and, you know, wants to greet them. So she's friendly.
But that's it. You've opened the door.
Right.
So you've reinforced what she wants. And now a habit of behavior is being built. And dogs are pretty ritualistic animals. Once they see something works, or they like something, or they feel like they're doing a job, then they'll repeat it again and again and again. And now she's probably seeing it that it's her job to bark, and you will go open the door. Because that's the end result of her barking. Open the door, person comes in. She's probably barking out of excitement. And maybe a little bit of protection, but a bit of excitement. So what I do is I change the ritual up for a barking dog. Some dogs I can train to bark 3 times and then they're done. Because I like to be able to have a dog bark and warn me that somebody's coming to the door. It's also great sort of protection. But then when their job's done, I'm taking over. So sometimes I like to do that. So bark 3 times, enough, treat her. Bark 3 times, enough, treat her. So you have to have somebody standing outside the door ringing the doorbell, but the door doesn't open. Ruff, ruff, ruff. Thank you, treat. And repeat again and again and again. So that pattern of behavior is built up.
Okay.
The door only opens when she's quiet. So then you have some very patient person,
right.
Same person to speak. And you do setups like this, where the person's outside the door, and you train her with the 3 barks, then be quiet, and you wait there. Wait at the door. If she just keeps on barking, the door doesn't open. Wait for 3 seconds of quiet. When she's quiet, the door opens, and the person that she wants to see comes inside.
Okay.
That's how you stop a dog. That is probably more excitement barking from barking at the door.
Okay, great.
Easier said than done, I have to say. Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard, but okay. Any other problems?
Her other issue, we call it tar bubbling. It's when we're at home and there's nothing really going on, but she kind of lays on the floor and does this little and it just goes on and on. It'll go on for, you know, an hour. I don't know what she's kind of barking at. It's not really like a full-blown
like
bark, but just kind of like a little tar bubble.
So she probably hears stuff that you don't hear, and she senses stuff that you can't sense. So she's just reacting to that. What do you do when she does that? Do you just ignore it, or?
I ignore it until I can't stand it anymore, and then I usually tell her to go into her hut. And when she goes in there, I give her a treat.
Okay.
And then once she gets her treat, she comes right back out and starts doing it again.
So are you inadvertently reinforcing that behavior? So now she's learning to go, her, her, her. And if I do this enough, then I'm going to get a treat in my house. Is that what's happening,
Probably,
do you think?
Yeah.
Okay, because they're very smart. Smarter than
I knew it was all me.
Yes, yes. I love it. I think that's probably what she might be doing. So I think instead of taking her into her house for a treat, I think you could, if it's really getting to you, I think that if she does it, you take her for a timeout. So you take her to the bathroom or some sort of room where, or even the kitchen, somewhere that's close. You just take her in there, put her in there for about 30 seconds, don't give her a treat, and walk away. Wait 30 seconds, go back, bring her back. If she goes her again, take her, put her out, time out again and again and again. She'll learn that the her means that she gets removed
from a Kink listener, and Duke is the dog. This past year, he has grown extremely aggressive, not towards other dogs, cats, family members, or friends, but complete strangers, even children who are strangers. The owner muzzles him when he's being walked, and as it's likely he is overly protective. I do the distraction noises, stern no, and going the other direction. I know that socializing helps this behavior towards other dogs, but people?
So obviously your dog is unconfident somehow, meeting strangers, it doesn't matter whether they're strangers or children or adults, and outside. And a lot of people think when dogs are aggressing towards other people or other dogs that they're being nasty or they're trying to be dominant or they're trying to be top dog, when actually it's not the case. 99% of dogs aggress because they're fearful, they're uncomfortable, they're insecure. So it is, you can try and stop the behavior by walking the dog in the other direction, but I don't think giving a stern no or a correction or anything is going to help this dog. What you need to do with this dog is to help socialize it and show this dog that strangers are okay and they're not going to hurt him. And the way you do that is just in a very, very sort of quiet environment. You have a couple of people walk by, not close, but walk by and throw him his favorite food, the best food in the world that he never ever gets from you, but only gets from strangers. And do this again and again and again, day after day after day. It might take a while because it sounds like that this aggression is pretty deep-rooted. And then after that, you can have the person come closer, still throwing food. So now what you have to do is change the dog's mind that the stranger coming towards me is not going to hurt me. I don't have to protect you. But actually, the stranger's coming towards me is going to bring me good things and it's going to make me feel good. The reason why I use food is because food is incompatible with fear. And also food changes the brain chemistry. So food allows the brain to think something pleasurable rather than be fearful. It's very, very difficult, and I would really suggest that you find a great positive reinforcement trainer in your area. No dominance trainers. They're going to put a choke collar or a prong collar or a shock collar on your dog and tell him no, 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 and jerk his collar when he's doing it. But somebody who really understands why he's doing what he's doing.
Dogs are small and they bark constantly. I've tried the sound wave devices. They just go out of range. This is only a problem when I come home, even after I acknowledge them first. If someone comes into my house, they will bark at them in like what seems forever. It's frustrating my household. Help.
I think using sound devices and those kind of things to stop the barking isn't addressing the actual reason why the dogs are barking. And I think dogs bark for so many reasons. It's a major, major part of communication, but also they bark when they feel anxious, they bark when they're bored, they bark when they're excited, they bark to communicate. So you've got to find out what is the cause of the bark. Sounds like it's excitement when you come home. Sounds like that it's also excitement when a stranger comes in or a guest comes into the house. It seems to go on forever. So this is what you do. And this is how you find, I always say everything's hard, but it's not really. Find a time when you've got a little time to work on it. Come through the door. Go out for a while, for about 15 minutes. Come back through the front door, and if they bark, go straight out again. Wait till they're quiet. Come through the front door again. Bark, straight out. Repeat again and again and again. I don't care if you do it 20, 30, 40, 50 times, because I can guarantee you that those dogs will be going, we bark and she leaves. That's terrible. But we're quiet and she comes back in. When you get to that 51st time and you come through the door and they're quiet, you give them delicious food and say, very, very good boys or very, very good girls. And that is the way that you cope with that problem. Do the same when a guest comes into the home, and you're going to have to find a friend that's really, really good at helping you and doesn't mind going in and out of that front door 100 times. Once you break a habit, you can change the behavior forever.
Thank you very much for joining us. Scoutie, of course, is thrilled to have you here and help us with our little barking situation, and we really appreciate it.
You're welcome. She looks like butter would not melt in her mouth, but she's very cute. And I mean, having a dog, bringing a dog to work, isn't that great for your employees that work here? For people who work here? It's
truly mental therapy for us, I think.
Is it?
Yeah.
Because I couldn't think of anything better than to hug a pug every day.